Hey, what's up, you guys? WWE fan 0599 here again. And today we're going to be doing another top 5 list. And today's top 5 list is going to be my top 5 comic book movies of 2015. Now, this year we didn't get a whole bunch of comic book movies. We got some, but we didn't get a whole bunch like we did, maybe like last year or maybe the years to come. But we still got some, and we got enough to talk about top 5 lists. So, let's do it. Here we go. Let's not waste any more time, and let's do this. Coming in at number 5 is Justice League: Throne of Atlantis. Now, Justice League: Throne of Atlantis, I really enjoyed this movie. It was a nice sequel to Justice League War, which came out last year, which I loved. I loved Justice League War, unlike most people. I loved that movie. It was so great. And this was a really good sequel, honestly, and I really enjoyed it. This was more of an origins of Aquaman, more than it was a Justice League film, but I still really enjoyed it. I liked seeing Aquaman's origins throughout this film. It was really good, and I really liked it. And, just overall, I really enjoyed Justice League: Throne of Atlantis. Justice League: Throne of Atlantis was a really good DC animated film, and definitely was definitely good. Definitely enjoyed it. I thought everyone did a nice job in this. The animation was great. Just really enjoyed it. So, yeah, it was a really good sequel to Justice League: Throne of Atlantis, and I mean the Justice League War. If you haven't seen Justice League: Throne of Atlantis, I say check it out. So yeah, my number 5 is Justice League: Throne of Atlantis. Number 4 is Batman vs. Robin. Now, Batman vs. Robin, another DC animated movie, this one follows up after Son of Batman, which I thought was great as well. I really enjoyed that. I think I said in my review that Son of Batman was a bit better, but I've was rethinking, and I think this may be just a bit better, that Batman vs. Robin is just a bit better, because it really is. It was just a great sequel, honestly, to that movie, and I thought this was just a great movie, honestly. I like the whole thing with, Robin. He's like, you do not do justice, you let people run, to Batman, basically, to his father, because Damian Wayans, of course, Bruce Wayne's son. And he's like, you let people go, you don't end them, and so he's kind of going back and forth about that, and I like that. And the fight that they have was really good. It was a really good fight, honestly. It was a nice payoff, in my opinion, so yeah. Batman vs. Robin was honestly a great DC animated film. I think a lot of you should check it out, honestly. It was actually great DC animated film. So yeah, the best out of the two, out of this and Justice League: Throne of Atlantis, this is the best out of the two, honestly. It's great. I loved it. It was really enjoyable. So yeah, my number 4 is Batman vs. Robin. Number 3. My number 3 is AntMan. AntMan was great, honestly. A lot of people were skeptical about this. I was not. I was very much looking forward to AntMan. It was one of my most anticipated movies of the year. And it was everything I wanted it to be, honestly. It was everything that I wanted AntMan to be, honestly. This movie was, it had great action, great comedy as well, Made me laugh more than most comedies this year, if I'm going to be completely honest. It was just great, honestly. And Paul Rudd knocked it out of the park as Ant-Man. He did such a great job as Scott Lang, and I love that. He just did such an awesome job as Scott Lang. He really did do an awesome job, and definitely by far, I think, maybe to me, the best part of this entire movie. He was great, honestly, and like I said, the action is tremendous. I love the action, and Ant-Man, it was really nicely well filmed. Peyton Reed did an awesome job directing this movie. The visuals looked absolutely great, especially whenever he would shrink. It just looked great. Everyone else did a nice job too, like Michael Douglas and Angelina Lilly, and Michael Pena. Michael Pena was so funny in the film. So yeah, Ant-Man was just a great movie. Definitely everything I want Ant-Man to be was definitely what it was, and I loved Ant-Man. It was such a great movie. So yeah, my number 3 is Ant-Man. Number 2, Kingsman: The Secret Service. Kingsman. Man, and yes, this does count as a comic book film because it is based on a comic book. And man, oh man, do I love Kingsman: The Secret Service. I love this movie so much. It is such an awesome film. And definitely, I think it's by far the best spy film as well of this year, honestly. It was just so awesome. Definitely, the action was great. Definitely well filmed. Of course, Matthew Vaughn, who's directed movies like Kick Butt and, X-Men First Class, he does another awesome movie here, and he did such a fabulous job directing the film, especially that church scene. The church scene is by far one of the, not only the best scene in the movie, but is one of the best scenes of the year, honestly, and it was just so awesome. I thought Edgerton, I think that's his name, right? He was great. I thought he did such a great job in the film. Colin Firth was great as well. Samuel Jackson was awesome as the villain. I don't think a lot of people, when they're talking about the best villains of 2015, I don't think people are talking about Samuel Jackson's villain enough, because he was definitely one of the best villains of the year. He was awesome. Just everything about Kingsman: The Secret Service is just incredible, and it was just one of the most fun times I think I had watching a movie this year. It was just incredible. I loved Kingsman: The Secret Service, so it is my number 2. Okay, my number 1 favorite comic book movie of 2015 is Avengers Age of Ultron. Avengers Age of Ultron. Now, I know this is probably not going to be a lot of people's number 1. No, there's been some people that have been saying it's disappointing, saying it's not all that great, but you know what? I loved it. I absolutely loved Avengers Age of Ultron. It was definitely a great sequel to the Avengers, and probably just such an awesome film. I was invested 100% in this movie. The movie's 2 hours and 22 minutes, and it just goes by like that. It took its time very, very well. I don't know why people were saying it was rushed. I didn't feel like I was being rushed at all, honestly. I thought it was just going by really, really well. The pacing was really great. The action, tremendous. I love the action with the film. Definitely Joss Whedon did a great job directing the action with Avengers Age of Ultron. It was great, honestly. Everyone did a great, gave a great performance in this film, especially Jeremy Renner as Hawkeye, who's the best thing about this movie, honestly. He did such a tremendous job. Definitely a step up from the original Avengers, with his character at least. He did such a great job. Of course, Paul Bettany as the Vision was awesome as well. Great to see him. I thought James Spader did great as Ultron. Of course, everyone else was great as well. Chris Evans as Captain America. Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. Everyone was great. It's just a tremendous movie, and I think a lot of people have been, really foreshadowing this movie, because to me, it's this year's Man of Steel and Godzilla to me, because it's a movie that doesn't get enough respect, and that's how I feel with this movie. And just Avengers Age of Ultron, by far, no doubt about it, to me, is the best comic book movie of 2015. So, that is my top 10, not top 10, top 5 comic book movies of 2015. So, what are your guys' top 5 comic book movies of 2015? Leave in the comment section below. And I'm WWE Fan 0599, and we'll see you all later. Peace.